Breathe easy and trust God. Isaiah 43, verse 2. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. We have all been through a lot, some more so than others, but that is the nature of life. One way or another, as you go through the different seasons, life will take its toll on you. Life can really beat you down. It can really beat a person down. And as I'm preaching right now, for some of us it seems as if there's no hope at some point, and we don't even know what to do. You call people for help. You write to people. They tell you that they can't help you. Some people will promise to help, but they will not help you. These things can break you. They will make you cry. They will even make you give up. There are so many things in our lives that we can't even discuss with people because we feel they just can't understand. I've been there. You've been there. Some are going through this phase right now, and I can tell you that it's tiring. You put your effort into something, and it seems like you're just not doing enough. As an employee, you wake up early in the morning. You try to meet up with your appointments. You try to give the best to the company you're working for, and they still fire you. They deny you of your promotion, or they just don't pay you enough for the job you're doing. The truth about life is that it's not fair. It's not fair. Some people are just born with the right last name. Some people are just born in the right part of the world, while others aren't. Some people get breakthroughs and some people don't. This is the nature of life. This fallen world we live in is not fair. This life hasn't been easy for anyone. It's never been fair to anyone, and that is the truth that we must live with. The storms of life may be beating against your window. They may be beating against your life. You may feel down, and you may feel like God has forgotten you. You may feel that you're going through storms and like there's no hope for you. You may feel like that you're going through fire, and it feels like it will consume you. I want to tell you today that God is right by your side. God is there to keep you safe. There's something that you should know about an eagle. When there's a storm, the eagle doesn't go hide like the small birds. The eagle flies into the storm and uses it to gain a greater height. Fearlessly, the eagle would fly into the fierce winds, using the storm's current to rise higher and higher quickly. The pressure of the storm is used to help them glide without using the energy from their wings. God likened you to an eagle. You are an eagle. You don't hide in the face of the storm. You don't find a tree to hide in or a hole to enter and hide from the storm. As a child of God, you are expected to face the storm. Many of us have been living like small birds. We've been running around the world trying to avoid the storms. We have always been afraid of the storms. When you have Jesus in your life and you trust God, you will breathe easy when there is a storm. When you trust God and do not allow fear into your life, you make God become your wings that give you the strength to soar above the storms. The strength of an eagle also lies in its wings. The pressure of the storms help to use them glide without using their energy, as their wings' unique design allows them to lock into a fixed position amid the violent storm winds. The wings of the eagle are very strong enough that even the storms cannot overcome them. The Bible says in Isaiah 40, verse 31, that, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with the wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." You need to start considering yourself as an eagle and not just any bird. I know the storm is great, but it's not greater than your God. If you serve a living God, that storm, that challenge, that trouble is just a means for you to fly higher. Just breathe and let God handle it. The reason why we are getting frustrated most of the time is that we are running everywhere trying to solve our problems ourselves. Many of us have forgotten what it feels like to breathe easy. We've forgotten what it feels like to have peace. If you want to have peace, you need to learn to trust God. You need to leave everything for Him to handle. It's an advantage for you to have someone who can take care of your problems, and you will never have to worry. It's an advantage for you to have one who is telling you to trust Him, the one who has never failed before. We have many things to worry about. We have things that are bothering us, and we are praying that God should help us with them. If you're praying that God should help you, then why don't you just trust God and breathe? Come on, just breathe and relax. God said He will fight for you, and you have to hold your peace. God won't fail you or leave you. Men and women can leave you. Even your mother and father can leave you. But you have a God who cares about you. Trust in the Lord. We are asking, how do you overcome the challenges we are facing? How do you breathe in the storms that are smashing against my life? How do we cope with the flood of thoughts we have? How do we do away with worrying? God has just one answer for you, and He is saying you should trust Him. Are you trusting God? There is always a storm coming at us. The storm in your job, your family, your friends, the people around you. Storms are always coming from different areas of one's life. There is a storm in your finances. There are storms in your health. There are storms in your career, your business. There are storms everywhere. These storms, many of them, you did not cause, and you caused some of them. It doesn't matter if you caused those storms or not. They will always come. What do you do when these storms come suddenly and all you trusted went with the storm? What do you do when these storms leave you with no hope? How do you handle the fact that you've lost everything and you have to start all over again? You have to put in all your best into the work that you do. Have you tried for the company? Have you helped the company succeed? You had no time to build your skills, but you were only working for the company, and one day you were relieved of your job. How do you handle that? How do you handle the fact that you have to go back to the people you told you don't need their help and ask for help? How do you handle life when your spouse asks for a divorce? How do you handle life when your spouse cheats on you? How do you handle life when it comes to you at full force, when the storm is blowing at its highest level, when the fire is burning at its highest level? How do you handle them? There is one thing I will say to you now. I have not seen anyone who has a problem that is bigger than God. Yes, your problems may be big, the storms may be fierce, but I have not seen any problem bigger than God. There is no way you will bring your problems to God and it'll be too heavy for Him. There's no question that God doesn't have a perfect answer. God is bigger than your problems. God is bigger than your challenges. Amid that storm, amid that flood, God will do a new thing. Just breathe. God has everything you need to overcome the storm. God is telling you today that He will make a way for you. Your problems, the pains, all the things you are going through that you can't even share with anyone. God is telling you today that He will make a way. Isaiah 43 verse 19. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert. Are you trusting God? Maybe you don't understand what it means to have God by your side. Maybe you don't understand what it means to have someone greater than any kind of storm coming in your life. We need to know that sometimes. God allows a storm to come our way because it's the only way that we can soar higher than the level we are now. Something you don't know is that storms are designed to improve your faith. Storms are designed to teach you to trust God alone in any kind of situation you find yourself in. And lastly, storms are designed to be that agent to take you above the ground. As I said, the eagle will use the storm to gain a new height. That is what the storm is designed to do for you. You don't have to panic when they come. You don't have to run when they come. You have to trust God and enter into that storm and use it to push yourself to a new level that no man can ever take you down from. A new level that storms will never be a burden to you. A new level that even storms can never reach. A life without storms is a life that doesn't exist. I want you to hold this truth to yourself. A storm can either make you attain a greater height or destroy you. A storm can either strengthen you to go higher or weaken you to whirl you without direction or aim or a chance of escaping. Storms are never comfortable, but they can make you end in comfort if and only if you trust God. Many times, people will be telling you to pray against storms. They will ask you to pray so that you don't face the storms in life. To be honest, I'm not sure if that prayer will ever be answered because there's no way storms will not come. Jesus made it clear in the Bible that storms will always come in the form of troubles. John 16 verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye may have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. The only thing you should do when these storms come, you must always trust in the Lord to give you peace and make you breathe in the storm. You can only pray that God becomes your wing and makes use of the storm to make you achieve a greater height. Stop wasting your time praying for a storm not to come. It's like the captain of a ship praying for a ship not to pass through waters. God bless you.